YouTube! What's going on, people? It's the Red Mr. LFC Ninja, and we are here for the full-time post-match review of Sheffield United versus Liverpool FC. Current UEFA Champions League champions. The way I keep reminding you is epic, isn't it? 6 times. Anyways, guys, let's get straight into it. So on the screen, as you can see, is the continuation from my preview video of this same match, and I've left everything the same. Yeah, I've gone with the default 4-4-2. I haven't put in the names for the Sheffield United team, but in goal was Dean Henderson. Then it was Chris Basham, John Egan and Jack O'Connell with George Baldock in defence. John Lundstrom, Oliver Norwood, John Fleck, Ender Stevens in midfield, Callum Robinson and Oliver McBurney up front. It was something along the lines of a 4-4-2. Yes, actually, guys, let's just go through positions as well. Basham, Egan, it was actually a 3-5-2. They played a defensive formation. So we had Basham, Egan, O'Connell at the back, Baldock, Lundstrom, Norwood, Fleck across the middle with Stevens, and then Robinson and McBurney up front. So yeah, guys, literally it was basically this one in here. He moves across, he tucks in, and yeah, that was it. It was a 3-5-2. It was really difficult for us to get anywhere down the wings because they was playing that formation. It was tightly knit, and it was literally pretty much like this, with covering both sides when attacking and trying to link up with their main striker. I think it was Robinson. I saw Robinson out a lot here, sort of operating in behind Trent, who actually had a nightmare. But guys, yeah, so that was the formation pretty much for Sheffield United. So guys, yeah, let's talk about the European champions. That's why we're here. Right? so guys, let's run through the angry Redbirds that got dropped from the squad, and then we go on to the injury list and our subs bench and my predicted team lineup and the actual team lineup, and then score rate, etc, etc, etc. I'll give you my man of the match. So guys, obviously Harvey Elliott, Keanu Hoover, Rooch, Curtis Jones and Brewster weren't in the squad or anything to do with the bench. That was to be expected. So guys, on the injury list was Origi, Alisson and Shaqiri. Obviously Origi was on the bench. My bench that I thought Klopp would probably have was going to be Kelleher, Gomez, Lovren, Henderson, Lana, Milner and the Ox. I didn't think he would take a striker. I assumed Origi was still injured by the time I had done the recording for the preview. It turns out he was fit and on the bench. The starting lineup, guys, was Adrian in goal, Van Dijk, Matip, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, and Naby Keita, we'll talk about him, Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum, Mo Salah, Roberto Firmino, and Madio Sane, Sadio Mane. So guys, some obvious changes that need to be sorted out here was the fact that Naby Keita was not even on the bench, guys. What is going on there? Now that was a strange one. So yeah, he was literally axed from the squad. He wasn't even on the bench. I reckon there could be a slight issue. Maybe he's got a little bit of an injury setback, or he doesn't feel quite right, or his attitude isn't right. Maybe his attitude isn't right. Something's not right with Naby Keita at the moment at this club, and to be dropped from the squad completely in a game like this away to Sheffield United, where you know they're going to play this crazy 5-3-2 formation and literally park the bus. Why this guy wasn't on the bench is, I don't know, something is definitely not right there, guys, definitely. So in his place was obviously Jordan Henderson, and this, guys, was the team I kind of thought Klopp would put out, but I thought that maybe for this type of match, Naby Keita, having had 60 minutes against MK Dons, that he would sneak in, because I do think he is a massive Klopp really likes him a lot, which is why it's strange to see him act from the squad. Maybe there's a little bit of rough treatment going on there. So anyways, guys, the bench was then, Henderson was then replaced. His spot was then replaced by Divock Origi, and we can put him up here at the top because he's a striker. We have strikers, then we have the midfielders, and then we have defenders, and then we have the goalkeepers. So guys, yeah, this was the starting lineup that Klopp decided to go for against Sheffield United. It's our strongest team, what can you say? Alright, let's go through individual performances because there's going to be some real low numbers firing in here. Adrian, I think he was probably the best, didn't have nothing to do. I don't think Sheffield United had a shot on goal in the first half whatsoever. He gets a straight 8. It was just a routine, man, clean sheet. He's doing bits for us. Van Dijk had a bit of a hustle and a bustle up there against McBurney, and I think Callum Robinson. I think it was McBurney. Yeah, McBurney and Robinson. He had a bit of hustling and bustling. Well, not one of his most convincing games. He'd done enough. I thought Motm was better than him yet again. Motm is just, this guy's 11ing up like a Fortnite character. Seriously, he is not messing about. Trent Alexander-Arnold, strange game today. Couldn't get down that wing. Just no space for him to operate. I'm not going to mention Mo Salah because those two link up well, but today I don't know what Mo Salah was on today. It was just funny. Robertson down the left side was exactly the same. The link up play with Mane just didn't seem to materialise. It's like these guys had the day off and forgot what playing football was all about. A day had a match off and just forgot that they even knew each other, that they was even teammates. Probably came in, hey, nice to meet you. What's your name? That's what it felt like. 11 guys that ain't never played together before. Weird, so weird. Every time we have a little week off or something, we come back, we just look disjointed. It's really, really irritating, really, really annoying. Yeah, in midfield, obviously, it was Gini Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Henderson. Up top, obviously, the Three Musketeers, Mane, Firmino, Salah. So yeah, Adrian gets 8. Van Dijk, gonna go with a 7. Matip, I'm gonna go with an 8. Trent Alexander-Arnold going for a 7. Robertson can get a 7. Gini Wijnaldum 8.5, 0.5 for the goal. Fabinho was good. 8. Henderson, thought Henderson was good as well. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Firmino 7. Mane, Salah done a bit more, had the opportunities, didn't take them. 7.5 each. Salah really does blow hard and cold with me. He really does. There's some stuff that he does that really, really irritates me. Sometimes it's like he gets frustrated and he becomes so, the amount of times he loses the ball when he shouldn't lose the ball, it feels like he gets frustrated and he just starts to give up. I don't know what it is, or he over tries, or he tries too hard and he just makes more and more errors, and he's just become, I don't know, he feels so predictable, but yet nobody can kind of actually deal with him and hold him off. I mean, he's been held off for a good while now. My fantasy league team is absolutely suffering because he's not doing anything. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. He's very frustrating. He's definitely, I don't know what's going on with him, guys. It might be because the fact that Sheffield United just sat back and he literally had 2-on-1 situations to deal with on every occasion, sometimes 3 with this triangle here, kind of zonal pressed him. Mane also, it could have just been that, and so there just was no space for them to shine. You will know that when we have open game and it's end to end and there's spacing behind it, these 3 are absolutely lethal. The same with Firmino when he drops deep, guys. You got to remember that, you know, you got these 3 on him. If these guys pull out wide, they're marked, and then literally, he's against 3 centre backs, probably 2 at most. So each of our front 3 is literally got 2 men marking them. You know, when they've got the ball, like it's not gonna be easy. So I can see that is probably one of the reasons why they all did underperform. Yeah, Mane, I mean, the ball from Van Dijk over the top, I expect him to finish it. He probably even had time to touch it, bring it down, and then, you know, on the half volley, finish it off. He should have done better. He absolutely fluffed that. I don't know what was going on with that. And then he had another chance which he scuffed as well. I mean, you know, Salah also just missing chances all the time. These guys just aren't clinical. If that's City, man, the game's 4-0. Like, do you know what I mean? By half time, they're clinical. They are a much more clinical side than us. I mean, we need to really grind out results and create at least 2 or 3 opportunities for Mane or Salah or Firmino. They need 10 between them to score 2 goals. I'm swear down, or 3 goals if you're lucky. It's lucky we do create so much. This is why I get pissed off and I get angry when I see people tweeting or talking about we don't create. We create more than enough. We create a lot of chances. Good chances as well. But they just don't take them. So, yeah. My man of the match today, guys, was, it wasn't Salah, as you can see on the left, bottom corner. That was my prediction. It wasn't him. I'm going to go for Gini. I thought he was one of the hardest working midfielders today, in a game that required strength and a lot of work rate, concentration, even push forward to get that shot off. Obviously, it was fortunate. The keeper, Sheffield United keeper Henderson, made the error. So, but you know, Genie isn't a genie for no reason. You know, you rub that lamp, he makes things happen. You know what I'm saying? You weren't ghosting today, guys. When we needed him, he showed up. No Casper out here. No Casper. So he's my man of the match. The scoreline I predicted 3-0 from my match prediction preview. Unfortunately, the score is only 1-0. I'm wrong in all departments. The starting lineup, my predicted starting lineup, wasn't the Klopps predicted starting lineup. But, you know, I'd rather not be so vanilla and just go with what, you know, is probably going to happen. I do try and mix it up. Otherwise, you'll be getting the same old silly reviews and the same old starting lineup. And there's nothing interesting about it. See what I'm saying, guys? So, yeah, we move on. Midweek, we play Salzburg at Anfield at home in the Champions League. Keep an eye out for the match preview. Hopefully that's out before Tuesday morning. I don't know when the game is. I think the game's Tuesday, isn't it? So hopefully I can get it out by tomorrow by midnight. This one should be out by 12 noon. I'm going to do the editing in the morning, tomorrow morning, which would be Sunday morning. At the moment it's currently Saturday night here. If I missed anything else, ratings. What's the substitutions? The substitutions that Klopp went for was James Milner came on for Roberto Firmino, so we can make that change now here, guys. I'm not going to give James Milner a rating as such, because it's 87 minutes. It's pointless giving him a rating, to be honest. And the other substitutions was Jordan Henderson came off for Divock Origi. This was also a change that Klopp made quite early on at 0-0. He needed to change the game. I forgot about this substitution. He needed to change the game. It needed to have an effect on the game, and this certainly was the effect, and it did add something to the match, I mean, he's a very kind of weird dribbler. Divock is. I need to change his photo because he's not got dreadies anymore. He's cut his hair. He's looking all suave and sexual. Big cock Divock. Yeah, I wonder why they call him Big Cock Divock. If anybody knows why, is it a changing room thing? Did someone actually see his anaconda and now he's called Big Cock Divock? It's got to be, yeah, surely it's got to be changing room Liverpool banter. Brilliant. But yeah, he came on and he done bits on that left side. I mean, why weren't Mane twisting and turning like that? Now, come on, guys, what's wrong with you? Like, Divock was doing bits on the wing, you know? He caused the issue. I think it was the one that led to the goal. You know, the cross coming or something. Low and hard, was it high? I'm not sure. I got to see it again. And then it came out to Genie. He went for the schwanger. That's what I call it. Hard shots from outside the box. I call them schwangers. Went for the schwanger, and yeah, Henderson made the mistake, and it went in for his legs into the back of the net. So Divock had the impact. Great substitution from Klopp, but it's just the extra man in the box at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, you know, Fabinho sat deep, Milner and both Luigi pushed on. It was an extra man in the box, as well as, you know, Mane and Salah in there. It was just something a bit different. He was taller, you know. It just, yeah, I mean, it didn't have to be Einstein to make that substitution. Some people was like, oh, why is he bringing on Divock for Henderson? And why not bring on Ox for Henderson? Well, I mean, it's a good point, to be fair, but I'd say Ox is more kind of reliable. He's going to be more, his mind's going to be on defending as well as attacking. So therefore, you'll naturally be, worried about your defensive duties. Whereas Divock, he knows he's on to change the game. He knows he's on to attack. And we're comfortable. Robertson doesn't need the help going back because we're camped in Sheffield United's half. You know, Trent was alright, Salah don't, so Salah can push on. But with Ox, he will always feel like he has a duty to drop back and help Fabinho. So therefore, he won't be naturally deeper. But Divock is an out-and-out striker. He wants to change him, he wants to score, and he doesn't feel like, he doesn't have that kind of relationship with defending. You know, he just don't give a shit. He just wants to score. He wants to make something happen. A good impact substitute. That's what he's about. So that's why probably the change was that change. It makes sense to me. If it don't make sense to you, then that's your issue, isn't it? Fully makes sense to me. The other substitution, guys, was Alex coming on in the 94th minute he came on or something. I think it was like 92, 91. I remember seeing him coming on. It was like 93, and I was like, this guy's not even gonna get a touch of the ball, right? But yeah, he came on for who did he come on for? Sadio Mane. So he came on for Sadio Mane. I don't even know where we even sort of played, but once we had the lead, it was probably something like this anyway. We was just kind of probably, I don't know, a weird kind of 4-4-2 with a, you know, a four full of central midfielders. Hilarious. It was actually probably more like this, in fairness. Alex on the right, Fabinho, Wijnaldum. It was probably more like that. Finishing with that kind of 4-4-2. I don't know. So yeah, he comes on literally with like seconds to play. I don't even think he touched the ball, bless him. But yeah, those are the substitutions. And also, guys, I think after 90 minutes you shouldn't be allowed to make substitutions. It's just irritating, even for us, because I just want the game to end. And the only way the game ends is if, you know, you don't waste time. By making a substitution, you're just prolonging the game and disrupting it. Just let it end. Let the defenders, let Liverpool, the defence in the midfield, you know, just play the game. Stop stopping and starting it and irritating their flow. Let them defend it out, get the points, and then everyone can go home. You know, instead of this. I mean, what was the point in that? I mean, how the hell is Alex supposed to get, you know, get motivated for like a couple seconds? Are you for real? Like, it's really annoying. That should stop. I think all your substitutions should be made prior to the 90 minutes mark. After 90 minutes, unless you have an injury, well, you can't even do that because everyone will start feigning injury now. They'll say, I'll go down so I can waste some time. Someone will go down. You know, I don't know, maybe head injuries. Maybe if it's a head clash or something after 90 minutes. Or you know what, sometimes you can tell when it's an injury. I mean, if it means a stretcher, then that player, if you get stretched off, that player cannot come back on. And I mean, because obviously there has to be some leeway on substitutions, or maybe you play with 10 men literally and for added time. If you get an injury, that's just the way it is. Again, at the end of the day, every team has to play under the same rules. So yeah, no substitutions after, or one substitution. Maybe you're allowed one substitution, but saying that, it was one. No, it was it? Yeah, it was one substitution after 90 minutes. I don't know, guys, but you get where I'm coming from. So guys, it's been a nice quick review. Actually wasn't that quick, but yeah, I enjoy doing it, so I tend to waffle on a little bit. So guys, this has been the full-time post-match review of Sheffield United versus Liverpool. We move on to midweek, the Champions League game against Salzburg, and then next weekend we are playing Leicester, 3 o'clock kickoff. I think we are at home to Leicester. Welcome back, Brendan. Subscribe, like, comment, keep up to date. Usually my previews and reviews come out a day prior, 2 to 3 days prior to the game, or the day after, or sometimes 2 days after. Just depends on my working routine and life and women as well. But yes, guys. So guys, yeah, I've been Red Mist LFC Ninja. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we will see you soon. Let's do this.